a good friend, and she was recording how it was that I came to meet Lama Yeshe and Lama Zopa Rinpoche, because they're in the process of writing this information down. So she came up and we had a little chat. And afterwards, I sat down and I started writing the dates to try to figure out what happened and when. And I was thinking about how it is over the course of my lifetime. I met the Dharma the very first time when I was 28. And I didn't take it very seriously for the first probably 20 years. I mean, it wasn't that I didn't take it seriously. Let's say I didn't seriously practice. So it wasn't until 1999 that I actually began to engage in retreat, solitary retreat, to actually engage in meditation practice. It was in 1999 when Venerable Renee said to me, Elaine, you should be doing a 3-month retreat every year. And I kind of laughed, how do you do that? When you have a business and you're sitting on this board and that board and you have a busy life. And he said, well, at least a month. So because of that felt like sort of a reprieve. First it was impossible. And then it seemed like, well, maybe, I could do a month. But then I thought about it. I thought, how do you do that? How do you engage in your first month-long retreat? How do you do that? How do you extricate yourself from your world? And what Venerable Renee said is, you tell someone. You start by picking some time out in the future. So for me, I said, January is a good month because it's a time when often people do what they call rains retreat, particularly here in Boulder Creek. It's where it rains quite a lot in the winter. And January is a wet month. So I thought, well, maybe January. So sometime in the spring, I went to work and I told my office manager, I said, I think I'm thinking about doing a month-long retreat in January, fully expecting that she would say, oh, no, you can't do that. But she agreed it would be all right. If I did, we engaged in these various and sundry preliminaries, then she could take care of the business while I was gone. So I did my first month-long solitary retreat in January of 1999. And then every year for 12 years, I did that because I had a small business in Boulder Creek. And after the first retreat, because I was a business owner and part of the business association, then people who were business owners knew what I was doing. And my office manager told the bank manager that I was going to be doing this month-long retreat. So at the end of that, there were questions. And then toward the end of the year, my bank manager asked me if I was going to do another month-long retreat. And so I thought, well, there's kind of an expectation there. So I did. And that just became the norm. So for 12 years, I did a month-long retreat every January. It was just normal to do that. And then did a 3-year retreat after that. And have continued to do my January retreat since coming out of 3-year retreat in 2014. So I thought about that, thinking about the trajectory of my life and how it is that I began to engage in Dharma practice, and wondered what it would have been like if I would have started doing solitary retreats when I first met the Dharma. But I realized that there's a path. There's some preparation that one needs to do in order to begin to do retreat, to begin to go take an expedition into your mind. You require a certain foundation. Otherwise, it's not sustainable. When we engage in our Guru Shakyamuni Buddha practice, we say the prayers, the refuge and bodhicitta, and we engage in the Lam Rim prayer, requesting the blessings to actualize those steps on the path to enlightenment. Now, that's really meant to understand, to look at what are those steps? What are those different steps, So bless me to really uh, have gratitude for having met the teacher. Bless me to really recognize how important it is to have people who have actually completed the path, to have these lamas in our life, and how rare it is for us to be drawn to them. You might meet the Dharma because a friend took you, but you might not be touched by it. Or you might be touched by it, but you aren't totally sucked in. And it takes some time to really study and think about it before engaging in any kind of serious practice. But one thing that I did do, having met the teachings and moved to Vajrapani in 1977, one thing that I did do was to maintain a thread by making a commitment to recite a certain prayer or to recite a certain number of mantras. Having made that commitment, then every day to do that commitment, small, we're talking really small commitment. So saying 7 mantras, for instance, but having a thread that you are actually remembering the Dharma every day, that you are taking refuge every day. And in that way, there's something that happens in the mind that never lets go. You never completely fall back because you're keeping that thread, which is, I think that's kind of like a lifeline. You never let go of that. And having done that, once you have that thread going, then it's always there to pull you in, to grab you, to help you in times of trouble. And the more we sit, the deeper the thread. The more we practice, the stronger the thread becomes a rope, really something that we can hold on to. So thinking about that, it's good for us to look at our life and see what we're doing with our life. I can remember reading Joseph Campbell, who said, we don't want to come to the end of our life having climbed the ladder of success, only to find that it's been against the wrong wall. And I think that would be the best metric for us to look at how we are living our life, what we're doing with our life, how much we find our spiritual practice, whatever that practice is, how much we engage in that versus the kinds of things that we do to distract ourselves. We all do that. So what is the importance of our practice in our life? And that's why these stages of the path, these lamrim stages of the path, to contemplate them, to think that what we do have right now is all the conditions. We have this precious human life. We have the potential in this life to actualize this path and to recognize that. So if we recognize that, then we don't want to waste it, right? We don't want to waste it. And if we also recognize that we don't know when we're going to lose it. I can remember when I was in my 30s and listening to one of the lamas read a poem. And in that poem, it said, life is like a flash of lightning in the sky. And I think I was 32. And I was thinking, I have a long way to go. I thought there was a lot of time. But now, it's like, wow, wait, 32. I'm 74. And that went like that, just like that. So just to rejoice as we come together here, to really take it in, take your goodness in. Because in order to be even sitting here on this cushion, practicing together, we have to have created the cause for that. We have to have planted the seed to have an affinity for it, to have an idea that it's something that we want to do. Otherwise, it's an idea that never happens. So really take a moment to think, fantastic, wow, I do have this amazing opportunity. I really do have this amazing opportunity. Instead of looking about what else I might do. Like right now, in this moment, I have an opportunity. Instead of, well, tomorrow morning when I do this, or when I'm able to get that done, then I'll be able. But no, it's right now. We have an opportunity to really take a look at what's going on in the mind and to bring ourselves to a state of presence and see what that's like instead of the constant distraction. To watch what is arising in the mind when we live our life. What's arising in the mind when I walk down the road and back up again? What goes on in my mind as I feel my feet on the ground, taking step after step in mindful walking? Then what's coming into the mind? You don't put the mind in a metal box and stop what's arising. There's always a flow. There's a flow of something coming, abiding, and passing. What is that? It's to look at, and it's to see what are the qualities of the thoughts that are coming in my mind. What am I cultivating? And does it bring me peace? If it does, cultivate more of it. And if it doesn't, then think about how to shift that. So sometimes I just marvel at how fortunate we are to be able to sit together. So I thank you for coming and giving me the opportunity to sit with you. So let's do that. Let's start out by saying, why am I here? Just ask yourself that question. Why am I here and what do I want out of my life? What's the very best thing that I can do with my life? And how will I actualize that? What would I like to be able to offer to those who are close to me? How wonderful it would be if we were able to offer the same love and compassion to all beings that we offer to those who are dear, most dear to us. So, wishing to actualize our full human potential. Set that as our pole star, our guiding light, as we begin to settle into our meditation posture, allowing our spine to lengthen and straighten. Notice how the mind brightens and lifts as we establish a posture of dignity. And then beginning to float down from the crown, down through the body, releasing and softening the brow, around your eyes, your jaw, all your facial muscles relaxed. Coming into the back of your neck, and across your shoulders, down your arms, to your fingertips. Hands resting gently. And then beginning to float down your torso, noticing around your shoulder blades, your upper back, and your chest. Down to the small of your back. All the way to your sit bones. Let your belly be soft. Let it fill up with the breath. Breathing into the belly. The sensation of it rising and falling. Down your legs. To the tips of your toes. As you feel the body on the cushion, the mat, the seat, settle into that ground, that stability. That sense of safety in this present moment. There's nothing to hold on to, no need, nothing to do or undo. Just aware of the sensations in the body as the body breathes. Thoughts and mental images appear and they pass. That's normal. As we attend to the breath, and perhaps fine-tuning awareness by bringing it right there to the tip of the nose, the sensation at the nostrils. Each time we find ourselves captivated by a train of thought, we gently come back to the sensation of the breath as it flows out and back in again. How wonderful. As you know when you breathe out, you know when you breathe in. And you know the turning point. And in this way, we grow our concentration. For it is with a concentrated mind that we are able to grow our good heart. With a concentrated mind, we are able to grow our wisdom, seeing how reality exists. We breathe out and we breathe in. Each breath is a gift of the present moment. It is within the present moment that we gain a glimpse of the true nature of our mind. Everything is changing. And while we do long to be able to be of great benefit, we recognize that we need assistance. And so we turn to our refuge in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, surrounding ourselves by all sentient beings. Allow in front of you your Lama to appear, taking the aspect of Shakyamuni Buddha, body made of light, and see their smiling face, and lead all the sentient beings in refuge. I go for refuge until enlightenment to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. By my virtuous actions of giving and so on, may I become a Buddha to benefit all beings. I go for refuge until enlightenment to the mind of enlightenment, to seeing emptiness directly, and to the Arya beings who have. May I become a Buddha to benefit all beings. I go for refuge until enlightenment, with confidence in the knowledge that the nature of my own mind is wisdom. Its expression is clarity, and its compassion is all pervasive. May I become a Buddha to benefit all beings. May all beings abide in equanimity, free of attachment and aversion. May all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all beings be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings find good rebirths and the bliss of liberation. I will help us to have these. Please, Guru Buddha, bless me to be able to do this. And we make this heartfelt request. O magnificent and precious root Guru, please abide on the lotus and moon seat above my head. Guide me with your great kindness and grant me realizations of your holy body, speech, and mind. So now imagine that your Lama in the aspect of Shakyamuni Buddha comes then to the crown of your head, and seated on a lotus and a moon cushion, holy body made of light, smiling lovingly. From their heart, light rays and nectars pour down as we make this request to receive all the realizations of each stage on the path to enlightenment. May I be inspired by Guru devotion, uplifted by the preciousness of this human life, shed the fetters of attachment and aversion through a knowledge of impermanence, be protected by refuge, guided by a knowledge of actions and their results, aim for liberation through renunciation. May I be motivated by bodhicitta, opened by giving, disciplined by ethical behavior, strengthened by patience, enthused by joyous effort, stabilized by concentration, and freed by wisdom. So now experience the body being filled with this light of wisdom. And make this request. Oh, magnificent and precious root guru, please abide on the lotus and moon seat at my heart. Guide me with your great kindness and stay with me always until I attain enlightenment. Now Shakyamuni Buddha becomes smaller and smaller, melting into a small sphere of light, which then very slowly begins to descend down through your crown. Until it comes to rest at the level of your heart. This small sphere of light, it's warm, soft, and its nature is love. Placing our awareness inside that light, as we inhale, we allow it to become energized. And think, may I be well and happy. And as we exhale, allow it to expand, thinking, may I actualize my full potential. May I be well and happy. May I actualize my potential. And the warm glow of love fills our body from head to toe. And becomes attainable. Inhaling, it is energized. Exhale, pass through all of our pores. Soft, blissful, creating an aura around us. My nature is love, and I am loved. How wonderful. How wonderful if I might remove the pain of others and offer them the happiness of love and anything for those who are sick. A safe home for those with none. freedom for the incarcerated, abundance for those in poverty. May you be well and happy. May you have whatever you need to fulfill your full potential. Conjoining the wish with the breath. Allow your awareness to go out. When you inhale, taking away whatever obstacles to happiness you witness, which energizes your love. And as you exhale, each one receives what they need. Allow your heart to be glad. Giving beings what they need. May you be well and happy. May you actualize your full potential. Allow your awareness to expand in all directions, filling the whole universe. May we all be well and happy. Taking away the sorrows of the whole universe. May we all actualize our full potential. May I and all beings equaling the limits of space be well and happy. May we fulfill our highest potential. And then gradually gathering back this energy, this beautiful energy of love, contracting back until it is once again the size of the room. And the size of your body. And then a small sphere right there at the level of your heart. And letting go of all conceptualization. Simply resting in awareness, moment by moment. Resting in the space-like nature of mind. Mind like the sky, devoid of any shape or color. Just as the sky is unblemished by clouds, so too the mind is unblemished by good or bad. Always clear, always knowing reflecting all things like a clear mirror. Whatever arises is like a reflection, like a cloud passing. And then within this space-like nature of mind, we come once again crystallizing into our bodhisattva body with a wish to live in a world filled with joy, where everyone we meet inspires us with their generosity and their love. To live in such a world and to help create such a world is the purpose of my life. To bring peace and happiness. And we dedicate to actualizing that wish. By merit of this virtue, may I become Buddha and lead all beings, everyone, into that enlightened state. May the precious Bodhi mind not yet born arise and grow, and may that born not decline, but increase more and more. May all beings everywhere, plagued by sufferings of body and mind, find an ocean of happiness and joy by virtue of my merit. May no living creature suffer, commit evil, or ever fall ill. May no one be afraid or belittled with a mind weighed down by depression. May the blind see forms, the deaf hear sounds. May those whose bodies are worn with toil be restored on finding repose. May the naked find clothing, the hungry find food. May the thirsty find water and delicious drinks. May the poor find wealth, those weak with sorrow find joy. May the forlorn find hope, constant happiness and prosperity. May there be timely rains, and bountiful harvests. May all medicines be effective and wholesome prayers bear fruit. May all who are sick and ill quickly be freed from their ailments. Whatever diseases there are in the world, may they never occur again. May the frightened cease to be afraid, and those bound be freed. May the powerless find power, and may people think of benefiting each other. As long as space remains, as long as sentient beings remain, there too may I remain to dispel the misery of the world. And please also dedicate to anyone on your personal prayer list who is unwell or perhaps has passed away. May they have fortunate rebirths. May they be healed. May all of our lamas, all of our teachers live long and fruitful lives. And may each one of us here actualize this path quicker than quick. As Lama Zopa Rinpoche said, without give even 1 second.